Welcome back to another episode of Rise with Katie Marie. And we are back for another bonus episode, what I like to call No Name, No Shame. Basically, I open up the floodgates for you guys to send me in some anonymous questions or story time or anything that you want me to yap about on the podcast. And I answer them on here for you, randomly, unfiltered, and with whatever pops into my little noggin. Sometimes it's good advice, sometimes it's just plain out there. And we're just gonna see where this one goes. And if you are new to the series, I have a VIP Facebook group called the Untamed Society, and I asked all the girls in there to submit me some anonymous questions, and that's where they're sending them in for. So if you would like to send in your own anonymous questions, I can link the group link below where you can come join us in the Untamed Society. We have a fun time in there. It's a good time. And yeah, we would love for you to be a part of our little community. So ask away when you're in there. But you guys seem to like the last episode that I did of this, so we're gonna keep it going and we're gonna do another one. Okay, so to kick it off, our first question. Hi Katie, how do I stop obsessing over people that give me crumbs? I know I deserve more, but I still cling to the smallest signs of attention. First of all, you're not crazy, you're just craving connection. Obsessing over crumbs usually means that you've been starving for a while. And I think a lot of that has to do about having low self-worth as well. Like when you're so used to receiving bare minimum and somebody gives you little bitty crumbs, just enough to keep you hanging on, you cling to that because you're so used to being let down. The minute you get bare minimum from them, you feel like you're on top of the world again, and you feel like, okay, there you go, there's my validation. Your ego is just getting stroked at the end of it all. When that happens, we become very attached to their opinion or their validation. And when you're getting these little crumbs, you're filling your own void in a way of feeling like you are enough, even though deep down the root cause is you don't feel like you're enough. And that's why you accept the love you think you deserve, which is breadcrumbs. And I know you deserve more. If somebody is only giving you crumbs, you deserve more. You know people will match you and they will rise up to your standards and they will be able to meet you where you are. You just have to let go of the ones that are not to make more room and hold space for the ones that will. So yeah, let go of whatever version you've created of them in your head and just know that the version you do have of them doesn't actually exist. It's what you have made them out to be in your own mind. And maybe they are not a good person and maybe they're not meant for you. And that's okay because you're going to find the people that are meant for you. But stop accepting breadcrumbs because the more you keep accepting it, the more you're allowing these people to take advantage of you that way. And I know setting boundaries can be very icky, but the more you set boundaries and you don't allow people to do that to you, the happier you will be and the less you'll find yourself in these kinds of situations too. Okay, this one's a good one. Hey Katie, this is so cool that you're doing this. Thank you for opening this forum up. Why do I feel this compulsive need to post something spicy every time I feel rejected? Is that the dark feminine you always talk about, or is that just a cry for help? Okay, well, first of all, I think when you go through getting rejected, your ego takes a hit and you're looking for validation elsewhere. And by posting something like that or posting a photo for attention or the validation, you're looking for it in other ways because it was taken away from you, right? So when you are feeling this constant need to post something spicy on the internet, which I mean, I'm all for it. I'm a boudoir photographer. Hell yeah, fuck yeah. Post what, if you feel good in that picture, girl, you post that shit. I will always support you for that. But if you're constantly doing it every time you get rejected and you feel like that's a coping mechanism for you to get that validation and get those comments from other people and have people respond to the photo and be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're this, you're this, you're this. You got to learn how to give yourself that without looking for it externally, because the more you become codependent on other people's validation, the less you rely on your own self to give yourself that happiness. There's a part of it that's dark feminine. I mean, dark feminine is all about stepping into your power, very siren energy. The dark feminine is she knows what she wants. She knows her worth. She knows how to get what she wants. She knows how to use the art of seduction to get what she wants. And yeah, dark feminine is a super cool energy and it's very magnetic and it's very it's awesome. But you have to come at it from a place of confidence, pre-existing confidence. You can't come at it from a place of looking for acceptance and validation through putting yourself out there in a way where you're only doing it to make yourself feel better. You have to already feel good. And then the dark feminine gets activated. Like when you're already at that place of self-love and then you post a little spicy moment when you're feeling good and you're just like, I already know I'm hot. Like I don't need you to tell me that I am. That's the dark feminine when you're like already there. So yeah, I think it can almost be like a power struggle to whatever the reasoning is for you doing that and catching yourself in that stage also, like catching yourself in this pattern that you do this when you are feeling rejected. That's a big thing. That's a very important thing. You should be very proud of that because now you can tackle it. And I think, yeah, it's partially a cry for help as well. And I think your best plan of action would be to really try to connect with your self-love. And if you need a boudoir photographer, I can help with that. But yeah, you're not wrong for wanting to feel desired. You're human, right? Like everybody wants to feel desired and chosen and beautiful and sensual and everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is totally normal. It's totally human. But yeah, dark feminine isn't about revenge. It's about just knowing your worth and stepping into it and embodying it in the fullest extent and not letting anybody in your energy that doesn't deserve to be there because you've done all the work, you've gotten yourself to that point of contentment and you ain't about to let anybody tear that shit down. That's dark feminine. So yeah. Okay. Hi Katie, is it bad that I still fantasize about running into my ex and looking hot as hell? Like I am healing, but I also want to ruin his week just a little. Are you a Leo? No. Okay, so many layers. First of all, doesn't it always happen like when you do run into an ex or somebody like that you want to have that moment of like looking hot? Like it's never on the good days. It's always the day that like I have like the shirt that I slept in that's like got coffee stains all over it, one eye open, or like I slept with yesterday's makeup on and I'm like running to the store to get milk for my coffee. Like it's always those moments where I look like shit that I run into people that I really don't want to be running into. And it's just funny how the universe works in magical ways because the days that I look great, I don't run into nobody ever. I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. But yeah, that doesn't mean that you're not healing. I mean, I think that's just human. We all want to have that moment where you're looking good and you're on top of the world, and that's when the person that hurt you or the one that you still have feelings for, that's when they run into you. But it's probably not going to happen. If it does, great. But also I think when you are truly healed, you won't really care to have those moments either. Like I remember like after all the hard breakups that I have gone through in the past, of course you want that moment where it's like I want to show him that I moved on, or like I can get a rebound and I can replace him tomorrow, and like, man, like I don't know, you get in this little energy of like I'm gonna one up you, and I don't really care to do that anymore because like my one up is healing. I'm like actually healing. Like I don't care. I didn't with my recent breakup, I did not like go and like fill a void right away. I didn't get back into a relationship right away. I gave myself the time to heal and cry it out and feel it and go through the emotions and do everything because I knew the real revenge was becoming an incredible version of myself for the right one. And they will never get to experience that version. And that is so freeing for me to know, they can keep that vision of whatever they've made me out to be in their mind, but they're never going to get to meet the healed version of me. And that is such a power move in itself that I don't need to run into you in person. I don't need to look hot at Shoppers Drug Mart while I'm there buying milk for my coffee. I don't need to put on this show to try and show you what you lost, because you'll know when the real glow up happens and you can feel my energy from a mile away. You'll know. And yeah, if you did me wrong, you'll never experience that again. That's my revenge. It's just glowing the fuck up. What do I do when healing feels lonely as hell? Like I know I'm growing, but damn, no one really gets me in my life right now. Healing is a very, very lonely thing. And my biggest breakthroughs have been in complete solitude, where I was just alone with myself, with my thoughts, with my journal and my pen. And those were the moments that truly like transcended me to an entirely different version of myself. It made me come home to myself. It made me realize who I am. It reminded me who I am. And it's been really, really great and really amazing. Those are actually the biggest blessings for you on your healing journey. And I know it can be hard when you're feeling lonely to just feel like you're alone in it and nobody gets you and nobody understands. But there are people out there that do understand. I understand. I see you and I hold space for you. And I know it's a hard journey that you're going on. And there are definitely people out there that will hold that space for you. And I also think that everybody's battling their own demons in some way, just because because your healing journey looks different from somebody else's. They might just be going through a different phase of life. Maybe they're grieving the loss of like a child and you're grieving the loss of a relationship. Like it's still very similar, just different in different ways, right? So yeah, I think it's totally normal to feel lonely on your healing journey. There are beautiful moments in isolation. However, don't isolate too hard to the point where you push people away. Don't isolate where you become so recluse that you put yourself into like a depression. Have a healthy balance between like taking that time for yourself and appreciating it and really cherishing it, because it's a very special time in your journey to be alone and to have that time to just sit with your own feelings and your own thoughts and really meet yourself on that level. And yeah, I think when you look at it from that perspective, it might lessen the blow a little bit, but you're not alone, and you're not alone in feeling that. And there are definitely people out there just like me that have been on that journey and are here to help you and to give you space, or to hold that space for you if you need to be held. I love this one. If I heal all my trauma, will I still be funny? Because honestly, I'm scared. Yeah, honestly, same. You know what? I gotta actually think about that for a second. Am I funnier now? Or I don't know. Yeah, no, I think I am. I think I am actually funnier now, because you know what? I can look back at all this and laugh finally. Like finally it doesn't make me cry. And now I can laugh at it. Now I can make jokes about a lot of it that I couldn't before. So I think that yes, you actually become funnier as you heal, because yeah, you don't really like, I don't know, you're not like emotionally like connected to it in like a weird way anymore. So yes, you will definitely still be funny, and if not funnier. Hi Katie, what is your Roman Empire? Like the one random thing you obsess about monthly for no reason? Europe. I love Europe. I love it. I'm obsessed with anything European. Like I love it so much. Anytime I see anything that's like a little cobblestone street with like little European buildings, I like, oh my God, I love it so much. Europe. Like if you are in my world, I will bring it up at least once a day, if not more. And I love it. I love Europe. I need to live there. That's it. There is no like, maybe there is like one day I will, maybe 20 years from now when I retire. I don't know. Like I will be there one day. Okay. That's all I know. So yes, my Roman Empire is the Colosseum in Italy. Literally the Roman Empire. But yeah, no, definitely Europe. Or sloths. I really love sloths. If you know me, you know. They're my favorite animal. I love them. They bring me so much happiness. And yeah, they are also my Roman Empire. That when I'm sad, I just think about sloths and how adorable they are. And how they only go to the bathroom once a week and they come down from their tree just to shit. I love them. They're quirky like me. What's the most embarrassing thing you would still 100% forgive a man for if he was hot enough? That depends. That depends on one question. Is he Spanish? We'll just leave it at that. How do I stop treating my notes app like it's my diary, my therapist, and my 3 a.m. vent hotline all at once? Don't, because I do the same thing. Do you ever get mad when your tarot cards tell you the truth that you don't want to hear? Asking for a friend. Oh, yes. And I will repeatedly ask them the same question over and over and over again, and they will still give me the same answer over and over again. And I'll try to like catch them in a lie, right? Like I'll rephrase it a little bit and I'll be like, okay, like let me re-ask the question in like a little bit different way. And they still give me the same answer. They will tell you what you need to hear, whether you want to hear it or not. At one point, I was literally getting the same card over and over and over again, and I made sure I shuffled. I put them all on the table. I mixed everything up. I did the whole like casino type shuffle. Like I really shuffled these, and I kept getting the same card over and over and over and over again. I was so freaked out. The one day I was like, okay, I'm going to accept that I need to hear this message, even though I've tried 10 times not to. I'm going to accept it. So yes, tarot doesn't lie. And yeah, my spiritual woo-woos, no. What's your big 3? For anybody that doesn't know what that means, big 3 is like an astrology reference. So it means like what's your sun, moon, and rising sign. Those are usually like the 3 most important signs that you can learn a lot about somebody. I am a Leo sun, Capricorn moon, and Libra rising, which means Leo, we're very extra and dramatic, and we love to be extra and dramatic. We're very like playful, bubbly. We're very we're Leos, like you all know what Leos are about. We're very dramatic at times. We're very expressive. We're very self-assured. We're very confident. And then my Capricorn moon is a freaking hard worker. Yeah, that shit doesn't shut off. Yeah, Capricorn moon is like a blessing and a curse. We're very smart, very intelligent. We will master any skill that we put our hearts out to do, because the Capricorn is just like, I'm gonna be successful and I'm gonna do it. So yeah, my Capricorn moon keeps me very grounded, and it makes me an incredibly hard worker, but it also can make me a little cold sometimes. Like sometimes I'm very able to like shut off with people. Like I can just cut you out of my life. Like that's my Cap moon that kind of creeps in, because I'm just like, I get real emotional with the Leo, and then the Cap like tones me down. And then the Libra is all about balance and the scales. And so my Libra rising like balances out the two energies, which is very nice. It keeps me level. Well, I don't know if you'd call me level. Pretty much chaos all the time. But the Libra balances the two energies in a chaotic way. So I'm just a little mix of everything there, yeah. But yeah, I know my Cap Moon, you can sense that from a mile away with my work ethic, yeah. Blessing and a curse. The final question, do you ever regret leaving your government job to pursue entrepreneurship? Not at all. Not at all. Sometimes I do have my moments where I'm like, I do really miss being able to like hand in one tax form and like call it a day. Like, and not have to do taxes as a business or like do all that stupid stuff we got to do. And sometimes I do miss like just being able to shut off at night and like not worry about work and like come home and like watch TV and like not have like 1,000 things on my brain that I need to do work-wise. But I also think that for me personally, the freedom that I get for being my own boss and being able to control my own schedule outweighs any of the other downfalls. So, yeah, because I'm not good at sticking to routines. I'm not, I need change in my life. The thought of doing the same thing over and over again for like 40 years makes me want to throw the fuck up. No, media, no. I did my 8 years at the government and I had 13 positions because I got real bored real quick. Yeah, no, I need constant like excitement. I need constant like change or like a new thing, like a new passion project. Like I love being an entrepreneur because I can be whoever I want to be any day of the week. If I want to be a business owner, badass bitch, hell yeah, we can do it. And if I want to just lay in bed and sloth all day, I can do that too. Yeah, no, I don't regret it. It's a great decision. And yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here. But thank you for listening to another episode of No Name, No Shame. And if you would like to submit your anonymous questions or comments or stories or anything, you'll have to join my Facebook group first. And the link will be linked in there where you can send in a little anonymous question moment. So thank you guys for being here. We're back to another normal episode next week. So I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed, please subscribe and please leave a little comment or love somewhere before you head out. It really does help. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode.